Hey everybody, welcome back to In the Mix with
Kai.
and Nick. We have missed you guys. It has been a crazy, exciting roller coaster year. Last time you probably saw us, we were at my brother's house.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Randall Taylor. Thank you for the love. Back in either July or August, something like that. But we want to just come together collectively and give you an update on what has been going on. It's been crazy, but God has kept us through it all. So here we go.
December gets darker, let me know when you're home. Cause you're lighting a spark in me. Gets pretty lonely, I get so lonely. So stay by my
What's the name of that
side.
restaurant, babe?
Come on close.
God was talking a lot. If you don't remember or haven't watched the video prior to this one, we were last together in April of this year, the day before Easter Resurrection Sunday. Our apartment actually caught on fire. It was crazy because got home that day and things were going on just like with the property, and I kind of said out of my mouth, or to myself, I think I didn't even say it out loud. I told God, I said, God, I don't even want to live here anymore. And well, 20 minutes later, we didn't live there anymore because the apartment caught on fire. Everybody made it out safe, thank God. But having to move quickly from our apartment to my brother's place where he put us up rent free, comfortable, wonderful, thank God for family. We had to really come together and really just inquire what was God's next move. We're very spiritual led people. We pray every day a lot. So we know no matter what happens, God always has a plan for us. So it wasn't easy,
No, not at all.
but God put us in a place where we had to pray more than we ever prayed before,
Mm-hmm.
work through some things we had never worked through before. It built us individually as people and collectively as a married couple.
Mm-hmm.
He really, really was like, I'm about to take y'all through some things in order to get y'all to where I want y'all to go. So he had some moves. We just had to keep our ear to the ground and keep our ear to heaven and what he was saying so we could know what to Once do. We got settled at Randall's, got comfortable there, we were faced with the dilemma of whether we should buy or rent a place. Renting was still up in the air for us,
Mm-hmm.
but I really kind of just like made up in my mind as I saw my apartment burn down to the ground that I was no longer comfortable in a communal building where, my place was attached to somebody else's place. Just wondering, are they being as safe as I am? It was just a concern for us. So we got on, realtor.com, Zillow, and started looking.
Okay, and I remember I was praying, just walking through the house one day, randomly just praying and asking God, like, okay, what do we do now? Do we rent because it's so convenient and it's fast and we don't have to worry about just the whole process of the buying? So that was our concern. Like, so what do we do? Do we rent? Do we buy? And also, I was just in a place of just asking God, like, is in the middle of COVID, like, why now? Like, so much stuff, like, all this stuff is going on. Like, why now? And I remember him telling me that it was time. It was time to go. He told me, like, I burned it down. Made sure y'all got out, but I burned it down so that y'all could not come back no more because that's not where I wanted y'all at. And on the renting and buying tip, he told me, why would I take you out of something temporarily just to place you in something temporarily? So I took that as, okay, this is a sign of it's time to buy. It's time to look for a home. Because jokingly, before the apartment burned down, I told him maybe 3 weeks before that happened, like, okay, God, we're in a 2 bedroom.
Can't joke with God.
One of the rooms is our office.
Yeah.
So when we have kids, I'm like, where are these kids gonna sleep at? Like, they can't sleep in the office. And 2 or 3 weeks later,
Can't sleep in the
that
tub.
was it.
Not
That
the
was
baby.
it. So he gave me that answer like right away. Like, I'm not about to take y'all out of something temporarily just to put y'all back in something temporarily. So we were on a hunt for a house after
So
that.
obviously, if we're gonna buy a house, we have to be working, and that normally wouldn't be an issue. but seeing how 2020 is this year of COVID-19, um, the mortgage people, they want to know, are you working consistently? And so I know personally with my job, my 9 to 5, we actually never closed. I went to work every single day. The hours went up and down and changed, but I was still doing my regular 9 to 5 job and still getting paid like we needed to. So we were able to save money. However, because of what God wanted us to do, we both had to work. And so there was kind of some obstacles with my wife working consistently with that.
Yep, I do factory work, so it was pretty up and down for that. Like, for 2 weeks they'll call you in, then 2 weeks they'll lay you off. 2 weeks they call you in, 3 months they lay you off. So it was pretty like up and down at this point. So it was like, okay, God, what do we do now?
Yeah. Going to work every day during COVID, trying to be safe, all you guys know out there, hand sanitizer, gloves, social distancing, things like that, not knowing who's sick and things, and all those things wasn't hard enough for 2020 of house fire, working through COVID, trying to buy a home, trying to maintain your 9 to 5. We personally in our family had a lot of loved ones. Yes. Loved ones passed away, starting I think as early as March, and it was back to back. I'm not naming names, of course, out of respect for my family, the privacy of my family, but it was at least 5, 6, 7, 8 people, like back to back. And so I remember there was a time, I think the day before, the day of Easter actually, where one of the people in my family passed away. Our family passed away, and I literally was in the shower and I had to ask God. I told him, I said, God, I trust you, but what are you doing? So this last year of just house fire, COVID, looking for a home, loved ones passing away, we really were praying. We really were seeking God, asking God, what's your next move? We got to inquire, like, God, we don't know what to do. Like, our eyes are on you. So just imagine trying to stay focused. COVID has happened. Loved ones are passing away. Our apartment has burned down. We're in a place where we're not used to being, but thank for family, it's comfortable. And trying to go to work every day, trying to save money, and looking for a home for the first time. And we were first-time home buyers. We were new to the process. Amongst that, just trying to hear God. I know a lot of people, they struggle with really, how do I hear God's voice when I got to go to work and be a husband, a wife, a mother, a father, and deal with all these things? It's hard sometimes. Well, it happened for us as God was speaking. I was coming home one day listening to a worship song by worship leader Chandler Moore. Excellent worship leader. Check him out on YouTube. Anyway, listen to this worship song, and I kept feeling in my spirit that God was trying to tell me something, but I couldn't really put my finger on it. I just felt the Spirit trying to nudge me in a certain way. So I get home from work that day, and I go to pray as I do when I get home, and I heard God say, ask your wife to worship with you. Not necessarily pray with you, but worship with you. So she came in the bedroom, and I turned on the worship song, and without even talking to her, we just began to just worship for about 15, maybe 20 minutes. And then after the worship, she began to just really prophetically speak to me what God, I believe God was trying to speak to me through that worship song that I could not really articulate in words. And what he began to say to the both of us, he began to say to me and for our family, he began to say, ask for more. And I didn't really get it at first, but when he began to just say it again, he began to just say, ask for more. And so I asked him, I said, God, what does that really mean? And he said, really, Nicholas, up until this point, you really haven't asked me anything. Okay, you're out of your apartment now, and here's your opportunity to buy a home. But, you're looking for just the bare minimum. You come from, you start out in a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom. It was comfortable for us then, but God clearly was trying to expand our families. And he's like, you want to rent rather than buy. You want to be somewhere temporary instead of permanent. You just kind of just want to go day to day, pay your bills, and get by. And he was really just saying, like, people who don't even really know me personally like you ask for those things, and I still take care of them. So up to this point, you haven't really asked me for anything. So he was just encouraging us to dream bigger, think bigger. Like, I'm God. In a sense, it was like he wanted to kind of show us how big he was. Like, I want to show off for you guys. Like, you've been faithful, you've been seeking me, you've been praying, you've been doing what I asked you to do. Like, ask me for more so I can show you big things. So, dealing with all of this, you could imagine how it would be overwhelming for us because we're, 3 years, we weren't even before the fire. I think we were just coming up on 3 years. Yeah, so young couple just trying to live, enjoy life, and just trying to deal with so many things going on and happening. But being who we are, God uses us a lot to help other people. But we wanted to just kind of focus on getting ourselves together and being able to just, make sure we were okay. But God wasn't interested in that. I heard Pastor Vlad preach a sermon, and he said, don't use your current season to not help people who need what you have.
Yeah. We're going through like a lot, like personal between like he and I, and it was to the point where it was pretty tough, and we just realized at the end of the day it wasn't about us, and we had to come together on some agreement and on one accord to pray for everybody else.
House hunting. We were first time home buyers and pretty naive to the process. I honestly thought it was as simple as, hey, I like that house, I have a career, I have a job, we have money saved, here's our money, give us the keys. We were
it was nothing like that.
Misinformed.
Then dealing with COVID, so how that whole process, it was just like,
can we see the house? Can we not see the house?
And we were thinking like, since it's COVID, and we thought that they weren't showing the houses, people were doing it, backdooring, doing whatever it took for them to sell the house. So if that meant like y'all wear masks, protective gear, we'll show y'all the house. Like,
So we would honestly look at a house on Friday and it would be gone off Zillow or Realtor.com or wherever we were looking by Sunday morning. See something Sunday night and it would be gone by Monday night. I mean, they were snatching them up. And we were actually thinking about family members and friends who said they looked at multiple. I heard a family member say the other day she looked at about 22 houses before she got hers years ago. We looked at a lot, but we only wanted maybe 3 houses before the one we found that were snatched out under us. But God had for us what was for us. But it was still an up and down roller coaster, discouraging process where some days we didn't want to look.
And the crazy thing about this home is that I don't even think he and I were seeing eye to eye that day.
No.
But I seen it and I looked like, this is the house, like I want this house. So I texted him the house and he like, did you want to go see it that day? So he put in some calls and we got to see it that day.
Man gotta do what a man gotta do.
And yeah, we came.
Yeah. I think you texted me about 2:30 in the afternoon. I called the realtor about 4. We went and saw it about 7:30, 8 o'clock. We were the last people to see it. We were in the house maybe like 5 minutes and we're like, this is what we want.
Yeah, I got on that balcony piece, like in the little porch deck, like this is ours. Like I don't want nothing else. Like this it.
It was ours. We prayed over it when nobody was looking. That's how we got it.